Hello chess lovers, Suren here, and in this video I would like to share with you a fantastic game played in 1992 between Michael Braun and Marc Weber. But before starting our game, as usual, would like to ask you to solve a chess puzzle. Please take a look at this position and try to find the winning line for white. I will wait for your answer in the comment section. Back to our main board, and now let's go for our game and see what happened on the board. Braun opened up with e4 and Weber responded with e6, d4, d5. Black goes for French defense and white is choosing the advanced variation e5, c5. Black proceeds with his standard idea, is starting to put pressure on d4 square c3, knight c6, knight f3, queen b6, bishop d3, c takes d4, c takes d4, and bishop d7. Of course, for those who are new to chess, please never capture on d4 in this position, because this is a nasty trap. Now, white can recapture with the knight, and if you want to lose your queen, then you can also go for queen takes d4, and after bishop b5 check, it's over, white is winning. That's why after c takes d4 we have bishop d7. Already black is covering his king and wants to win this pawn, but white decided to castle king's side and sacrifice that pawn. Knight takes d4 was played, we have knight takes d4, queen takes d4, and this time we have knight c3. White is also offering the second pawn. Yes, this is a well-known line in French defense where white is gambiting and in return is gaining great attacking chances. a6 was played, but of course black could also capture on e5, although this allows white to organize a very dangerous attack. White can quickly win back the sacrificed pawn and then play h3, and yes, actually this position is very easy to play with white pieces, while black should solve a lot of problems. In our game after knight c3 we have a6, black is first taking under control the b5 square, and king h1, white is unpinning the f pawn and wants to go for f4, knight e7, although black could capture on e5, but okay, black decided not to behave as a pawn grabber and proceeded with his development and played knight e7. Here we have f4, knight c6, a3, bishop e7, queen e2, queen a7, and this time we have f5. Yes, as mentioned above, typical positions is very easy to play with the white pieces. E takes f5 was played and we have knight takes d5. Already there is this knight c7 threat, that's why black castled king's side and white developed his dark squared bishop with a tempo. Bishop c5 and bishop g5. Rook e8 and a powerful move by Braun, bishop f6. Look at this, guys. Can we call this Alekhine's block? Yes, let's call this Alekhine's block, which is simply demoralizing black's king side. As Nimzovich once said, first restrain, then blockade, finally destroy. And this is what Mr. Braun does. Queen b8 was played, black didn't dare to capture on f6, but let's see what if, for example, g takes f6. Then in this case knight takes f6 is coming, and then knight takes d7. And with this exposed black king, black has no chance to survive. Actually, after bishop f6, the best continuation is bishop f8, which allows black to strengthen his king's side. But in our game after rook e8, bishop f6, we have queen b8, and now white's attack is going to be decisive. Here comes bishop takes f5 and rook e6. Well, bishop takes f5 could allow black to prolong his resistance, although even in this case white's attack is very dangerous. If bishop f8, this time knight b6 can be very unpleasant. Let's go back. In our game we have rook e6, which gives birth to a brilliant combination. Please pause the video and try to find white's next moves. Ready? In here Michael Braun played bishop takes h7 check. Look at this, guys. King f8, well, if king takes h7, then this is simple. Queen h5 check is coming, followed by bishop takes g7. And that's the reason that black played king f8, but now comes the second bishop. Bishop takes g7 check. Honestly, I really love this position. Look at this. Both bishops are chasing the enemy king. Now if king e8, then queen h5 can be very strong. That's why finally black accepted the bishop sacrifice, and this time we have queen g4 check. If king takes h7, then rook f7 check is coming. If king h8, then queen h4 can be very unpleasant. That's why after queen g4 check, black played rook g6, but after this epic rook takes f7 sacrifice, finally Marc Weber resigned. If king takes f7, then queen takes g6 check is coming, followed by queen g8 checkmate. That's why after rook takes f7, black resigned. A very nice and destructive attack by Michael Braun, which I hope that you enjoyed greatly. Thanks for watching. For more games, consider subscribing to my channel. Also press the bell button to get notified about new uploads. I will see you in my next video. Take care.